What's up, everybody? In today's video, I am back here on the beaches in California. I didn't have a client this afternoon, so I thought that it would be super cool to shoot a video and maybe get some photos of some of the surfers out there. But then I open up my phone and there's a ton of Canon news. And apparently there's an event on the 26th, so we have to talk about that. So let's get into that, and then I'm gonna go shoot these surfers. Okay, so I did a video on the channel talking about the EOS RV, talking about the R50V, talking about the R7V and all these cameras, as well as the V1, which has been announced internationally, but we haven't seen it yet in the United States. And now it looks like on the 26th of March, we're going to be getting an event from Canon that's gonna release all of these cameras, which is crazy because we weren't expecting these until maybe the end of the year. I don't even know, but I have to put my camera on a tripod because my arm is so tired. Okay, so in the next couple of weeks, Canon is going to be doing an announcement that is going to release 3 cameras and a lens, which is kind of a seismic shift in what Canon has been doing until now. We've seen the continuation of the R series lineup with the R1 and the R5 last year, and the R3 and the R6 Mark II the year before that. But this is the first year, I think, and I've been saying this for the last couple of videos, that we're going to see kind of the year of the APS-C video hybrid camera, right? Canon is pushing to get younger and more hybrid focused content creators to choose their brand over Sony or Fuji, or in some cases, just shooting on their iPhone. So in the United States, this is Canon's attempt to kind of reinvent the PowerShot lineup. We saw the V1, it was announced internationally. It's now coming to the United States. That is big news. And now we're getting APS-C cameras that are not just updates to the existing lineup of APS-C cameras, but that are video-focused cameras, almost in the same way that the R lineup has had some C cameras with it, like the R5C. Now we're getting the V cameras that will be these kind of video vlogger style cameras on the APS-C side of things. Right, so the first camera we've actually talked about quite a bit, which is the V1. That's gonna come in at $899, right? It's a 1.4 inch sensor. It is a 22 megapixel sensor. It's a sliver off of the R7's APS-C sensor. It's gonna come with the PowerShot autofocus system that's derived from dual pixel autofocus. So it's kind of a sweet spot for folks who are getting into content creation. They want to upgrade from their phone, but they're not looking for something as complicated as a mirrorless camera with an interchangeable lens system. It's got a 16 to 50 millimeter lens that is f2.8 to f4.5. Notably, it is not coming with a flash, and it is not coming with an EVF. And at $899 with a lens, it's primarily going to be focused on competing with Sony's entrance in the fixed lens counterpart, the ZV-1. Now, the next camera that's going to be getting the V treatment is the R50. Now, I love the R50. I actually think it's a really great camera, and I said that on my previous video where we talked about these potential cameras coming out. I think it's great. I love the price point, and it's way better than the R100. What we're hearing right now is that it will have the same sensor, that 24 megapixel sensor that is in the R50 now. It's also in the R10, but the big changes that we're going to be seeing are in the body, right? The R50, as we currently know it, has a very similar body to any of the Canon mirrorless cameras, right? It's that Canon style. It's swoopy, it's curvy, it's smooth, it's aerodynamic. But what we're hearing is that the R50V will actually borrow more from the M line, which again, I've said, I think the V line actually is kind of replacing, which I don't know why they needed to do that. Why didn't they just give us M cameras with an RF mount? But the other thing that we're hearing is that it's also going to have kind of simplified controls and being sort of hybrid focused. What we don't know is what that means from the standpoint of video features. Does that mean that it's going to be getting improved dual pixel autofocus? Will it be getting person priority or action priority tracking modes like we have on the R3 and the R5 Mark II and the R1? Will it get Canon log, at least Canon logs 1 or 3, maybe even Canon log 2? We don't know. I'm sure it won't be getting dual SD card slots, but maybe a full-size HDMI port, maybe 6K RAW. Because when I think of hybrid and video focused shooting, that's what I'm thinking of, and we don't know that yet. And at $650, I don't know if that would be it, or if this is just going to be an R50 in an M-style body. Pricing looking like $650. But the third camera that we're hearing about in this lineup is the EOS RV, right? We've got the V1, we've got the R50V, and we've got the RV, which has the dumbest name ever for releasing it in the United States. And I'm begging Canon, not just that name, but the rest of these names. They don't make any sense. Nothing lines up. Go back to the numbers. Now, obviously, we don't know what this camera is going to have in it exactly, except for the fact that it's going to be higher end than the R50V and the V1, and that it will probably have a $1,000 plus price point. That it will also have active cooling, though it will have that more kind of boxy style design. Hopefully means we'll be getting some of those more advanced video features like I described. Maybe we'll be getting raw video. Maybe we'll get OpenGate 6K. I don't know. HDMI out raw, something to make this make sense and to be a killer product worth releasing in this way versus like giving the R50 a firmware update. All right, last but not least, the other thing that we're hearing is that we're going to end up getting one of those power zoom lenses that we talked about. One of them was actually attached to that RV model that we saw on the floor of CP Plus, and that looked to be the kind of wide / standard zoom. We are actually expecting 3 of these lenses. We just don't know if we're going to get all of them on the 26th, but we know we're going to get at least one of them. And that's good because, to be quite honest, they're really going to have to sell this new V series ecosystem to make it make sense. And they're going to need accessories and they're going to need lenses. And hopefully they have it all packaged together in a way that makes some sense, because otherwise I think this announcement might actually just kind of land kind of flat. Well, that is it for the news regarding this announcement on the 26th. If I hear anything else, I'll let you know. That's it for me here on the beaches of California. I might post a little bit of the photos that I take today on my Instagram, so go ahead and follow me there. I am still doing my Instagram giveaway. I've also got memberships here on the channel. I've got gear lists down below. That's an easy way to support the channel if you're looking for any of the gear that I use when I'm out doing photography, videography, adventuring, or my studio. I've also got an essentials list of things to get started in videography and photography, although after the announcement on the 26th, that list might change, we'll see. But if you're looking for a free and easy way to support the channel, you can just go ahead and hit the subscribe button. Go ahead and hit the like button if you thought that this was informative, and I'll see you in the next one. Thanks. Bye.